Hello everybody, thanks for watching my YouTube channel. I figured I'd go ahead and just make a quick update here. The one motor that we were doing in prior videos, this one right here, this one's done. This is the 4.3 liter V6. This is actually the motor that came out of my boat. In the past videos, it kind of detailed how I put it back together and all that good stuff. But right now we got a customer's motor here. And I wanted to detail a little bit about this because the 3.0 is a little bit different in the way it puts together. So I figured maybe this will help some people out. The motor just got back from the machine shop. I mean, you can see how beautiful of a hone job they've done. We had the crank polished. It didn't end up needing ground. The crank was still nice and straight. The camshaft was still in excellent shape. This motor had locked up, and somebody had basically left it out in the rain and allowed water to get into the cylinders. So hence we had the cylinders bored out to take care of the issues there. With that being said, I wanted to just give a detailed thing on how you do some of the pistons, because there are a lot of people when you do pistons, you get a lot of confusion out there on how they go, how the ring's set up, all that, all that good stuff. So you can see right here, these pistons, it was bored 40 over. I don't know if you can see it. See here, there we go. At 0.40, that's your bore. Anytime you have a motor done in a machine shop, you're going to have some kind of marking on the motor as well. So if you don't ask a machine shop if they've done anything, literally just look for marks on the motor. They're going to tell you, but generally a machine shop's going to tell you if something was done. But I wanted to just give everybody a quick brief tutorial on how you do pistons. So come over here. So I'm going to pull this piston out. Okay, and I'm going to give people a little bit of a tutorial on how you tell the difference between primary compression ring and a secondary compression ring. All right, so this is our number 4 piston right here. You can see it right there. There's no rings on this piston whatsoever. Now, if you look at the book right here, so you can see B, C, B, A, D. Okay, your B is going to be your oil ring gaps. A is going to be your oil ring spacer gap. C, second compression ring. And D is going to be your top main compression. Right here at D, if you look at this piston right here, you see this little tang in it right here. Tang always goes towards the front. Piston's always marked some way on the direction that it faces. So, with that being said, we know D, the main compression ring, or the top compression ring, is going to face the exact way that tang does. So we know B and C, which is, you always put those on first because obviously you can't put them on last. And so we know B and B is going to be opposite of one another. And they're usually going to come out right at about here and right at about here on those spacers. Now when you get to the actual, the oil spacer, the rail, now you're going to spin the whole piston completely around. That's going to be completely opposite. So where you see this tang at, this is where you're going to have that point for your spacer of your rail, or for the rail itself, not the spacer, excuse me. But that's where you get your point, and then up here, your rail is going to align with your main top compression up top. Now, a little bit of tutorials on compression rings. Okay, let me show everybody this here. Here we've got rings laid out. To somebody who's never built a motor, this is kind of a questionable thing. They're looking at it like, oh my God, which one's is which? Well, you can pretty much tell, obviously. These are going to be your oil. Here's your oil rail and your 2 spacers for your oil rings. You come down here, now you look at these. Now these ones look a lot alike. You can see, I mean, one's just slightly bigger than the other. Okay, now this is how you're going to differentiate the difference between secondary and primary. So if you look at this one here, the main ring is always going to have some form of marking on it, whether it be a dot. I don't know if I can zoom in on this. No. Well, whether it be a dot or whatever the case may be. So obviously this one has nothing, so it's not even a directional ring. Now that can happen in the case of a secondary ring as well. Dot always faces top. So if you ever run into a ring that's got a dot, put it towards the top, facing up on the piston. Now if you look at this one right here, let me see if I can clean that off. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Okay. See where that says, see on that ring right there, it says top? Well, that not only stands for this ring is going to go in just like it's positioned. But that also means that's your main compression ring right there. So that's the first ring that's going to go in this first gap right here. It says top. Here's your first ring, secondary compression ring, oil spacer, and your oil rail. But that's where we're at right now with this motor. So I'm just trying to give everybody a chance to follow here. Here's the crank, or the camshaft, excuse me. You can see where I got it down here. It'll be cleaned again. This garage has got some dirt laying around, so anything, motor is all about preparation. If you get dirt into it, you might as well just start over. So it's all about keeping the dirt down, dust low, and then you can take care of a lot of problems just by building a motor the correct way. My garage looks like a mess, but I assure you, my builds are clean. But if you look right here, here's the new bearings that were just put in. So that's done. You can see right here, this is what you're looking for when you put in your crank. You want to make sure you can literally spin it by hand. If you can't spin it by hand, you didn't do something right. There's a problem there. But I'm going to keep on going with this. I'll keep posting things that are milestone updates. But once again, it's a 3.0. It's from a 1982 Chevy, or 1982 Celebrity boat. It was a freshwater boat. Like I said, they just didn't take care of it. But stuff like this right here, you want to make sure all these, all the lifter valleys are clear, good and clean. I mean, luckily for me, the machine shop did all that, so I ain't got to do any of that. But as I keep going, I'll keep posting updates. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.